PeopleSoft Image 30 offers a number of enhancements to procurement contracts. These enhancements are interrelated and are categorized as manufacturer and distributor contracts, user experience by contract style, punch-out and ad hoc item requests, ship-to pricing, and eProcurement impact, which stores UPN information on procure-to-pay transactions. This diagram shows the many relationships between manufacturer and distributor contracts. For example, a manufacturer contract can be associated with one or more distributor contracts, and a distributor contract can be associated with one or more manufacturer contracts. When a manufacturer distributes its own items, it is considered a direct purchase. For some organizations, the price of the same goods can vary between hospital, clinic, region, or physical location. Enhancements to procurement contracts allow you to establish a base price, which is recorded on the manufacturer contract. You then determine a markup or markdown percent based on region or ship-to location, which is recorded on the distributor contract. This markup or markdown percent on the distributor contract is applied to the base price on the manufacturer contract. This is an example of a manufacturer contract. The status is open so you can see the fields that are available for entry. Contract style now determines the fields that are open, display only, or hidden, as well as which links appear on the page. Process option includes manufacturer and distributor. Control type is new and allows you to control access and pricing by purchasing business unit, contract domain, or ship-to location. This field reduces the number of distributor contracts to those that match this control option. Punch-out pricing option, also new, determines the punch-out price to use. Organizations are now in control to streamline the data entry process using configurable contract styles. Contract styles provides the ability to enable or disable fields and functionality of the contract entry page. Use the Distributor section to associate distributor contracts with a manufacturer contract and to define a priority, which determines your preference when selecting the distributor. Icons are available to access the distributor contract, authored document, and the document management page. The released amount indicates the amount released to a purchase order. The total released amount, and remaining percent are tracked as well. The Distributor Contract Control Details page allows you to view and edit control information and markup or markdown percentages for the distributor. The Manufacturer Contract Control Type determines the distributor markup or markdown. When this is set to ship-to, the system looks to the distributor's ship-to markup or markdown percentage and applies it to the base price on the manufacturer contract. The Contract Items section displays all items included in this manufacturer contract. The Item Information tab includes the UPN type code and the UPN ID. This information is now stored on the contract and other procure-to-pay transactions. The Default Schedule tab displays the unit of measure for the item and the base price negotiated by the manufacturer. The Release Amounts tab allows you to enter minimum and maximum line amounts for the item. The system tracks the released amount, and remaining amount percent for each item. The Release Quantities tab allows you to enter minimum and maximum line quantities for the item. The system tracks the release quantity, and remaining quantity percent for each item. The Spend Threshold tab allows you to establish threshold notifications by item based on the total line release amount. Distributors often represent multiple manufacturers. Distributor contracts allow organizations to associate one-to-many manufacturer contracts. The markup percentage field is used as a default value when you add values in the Contract Control section. The Contract Control section of a distributor contract allows you to establish markup and markdown percentages by purchasing business unit, contract domain or region, and ship-to location. This provides flexible pricing to multiple manufacturer contracts. When a manufacturer contract is controlled by ship-to, the system only selects in the ship-to information from this distributor. The Manufacturers section displays the manufacturer contracts to which this distributor contract is associated. The total released amount indicates how much money this distributor has received from all manufacturers. The Details tab shows how that amount is calculated based on the release amount for each manufacturer. This allows you to determine how much money you're spending with your manufacturers based on the distributor. The price calculated on the purchase order is based on the base price from the manufacturer contract and the percent markup or markdown on the distributor contract. The Item Information tab shows manufacturer information from the contract as well as UPN information for the item. The Contract tab shows the selected contract ID, version, and line number. When saving the purchase order, the associated contract amount and quantity values are updated to reflect the latest activity. This completes our demonstration of enhancements to procurement contracts. In Update Image 30, the Global Trade Identification Number, or GTIN, feature supports purchasing by storing and providing the UPN type and ID fields on procurement transactions. This enhancement allows you to search for items using GTIN, facilitate reporting, and improve collaboration with suppliers. The UPN ID is available on all Procure-to-Pay search pages to provide additional search capabilities. When selecting the UPN ID, the item line information associated with the selected UPN ID is populated. The UPN ID is also available for reporting purposes. If a receipt is created from mobile inventory and the purchase order line contains the UPN type and UPN ID, the UPN information is transferred to the purchase order receipt. UPN information is available on the Maintain Receipts page in Purchasing. When creating a requisition, UPN type and UPN ID can be selected. This completes our discussion of GTIN impact to purchasing, eProcurement, and mobile inventory. In Image 30, PeopleSoft delivers global search across the credit-to-cash business process, providing powerful search capabilities. Searchable content is added to PeopleSoft Billing, Accounts Receivable, Contracts, Grants, Project Costing, and General Ledger in the form of global search capability. View transactions for a specific customer, contract, award, invoice, receipt, journal entry, or project, in addition to many other searchable attributes within these applications. This completes our discussion of the Global Search Credit-to-Cash enhancements. In Update Image 30, PeopleSoft Order Management has added the Keyword Search feature to the Customer component. Keyword Search allows you to execute a deeper, more free-form search to access application data from the Customer component. The default search option is Keywords Only Search. You can also perform a basic or advanced search. This completes our discussion of the Credit-to-Cash Elasticsearch OM Customer Component Search feature. In Update Image 30, Component or Keyword Search is implemented for the Project General Information page. Keyword Search allows you to perform a deeper, more free-form search to access application data. View search results based on different filter criteria displayed on the page. This completes our discussion of the Component Search for Project Costing Definition enhancement. PeopleSoft delivers the new Fluid Comprehensive Customer View, featuring consolidated customer data, customer analytics, and key performance indicators. The Fluid Comprehensive Customer View is similar to the Classic View, but with the added advantages of PeopleSoft Fluid technology, including mobile access from your tablet and the ability to analyze key performance indicators. The Fluid Comprehensive Customer View includes Analysis View and Comparison View. Analysis View enables you to focus on a single customer, with each metric and its corresponding data displayed in individual grids. Comparison View enables you to select two or more customers and compare their data side by side. Comparison View also provides a set of pivot grid metrics that enable you to display data in different views by performing operations such as pivoting and filtering. This enables you to interpret data in a variety of ways. This completes our discussion of the Accounts Receivable Customer Comprehensive View on Fluid User Interface feature. PeopleSoft Payables enhances the Global Trade Identification Number, or GTIN feature by providing UPN type and UPN ID fields for procure-to-pay transactions. UPN details are now displayed on regular vouchers, adjustment reversal vouchers, and quick vouchers created by copying from a source document. UPN details are also displayed on prepaid vouchers created through procurement contracts. On summary invoices, UPN details are displayed when created by copying a purchase order containing UPN details. For e-settlements invoices having UPN information, UPN details display when they are created by copying from a purchase order or a packing slip. This completes our discussion of the Add UPN Types to Procurement and Payables Tables and Components enhancement. In Image 30, you can now add comments and attachments to the disposal, impairment, and revaluation worksheets. You can also view or add supporting comments or attachments to an asset transaction. This completes our discussion of the Asset Management Transaction Comments and Attachments for Worksheets feature. PeopleSoft is improving productivity for billing specialists by expanding the copy invoice functionality to make multiple copies of the invoice. When creating invoice copies, if an invoice date is not provided, then the current date is used as the invoice date for the newly created bills. You must provide the number of copies, click Create Bills, and then save to create invoice copies. The Copy Bill column shows the invoice copies created. This completes our discussion of the Billing Copy Multiple Bills from an Existing Bill feature. In Image 30, PeopleSoft provides the ability to link an attachment to a specific functional object on the award, such as a specific milestone, certification, or funding modification. To add or view attachments, click the Attachments link. Through this enhancement, PeopleSoft provides functional users the ability to add milestone reports, funding documents, certification documents, and award modifications to their awards. This completes our discussion of the Grants Linking Attachments to an Award enhancement. In Image 30, PeopleSoft enhances the Project Department page to track changes to the department, contact, subdivision, and institution associated with the project. Click the Primary Department History link to view the change history of department, contact ID, subdivision, and institution ID. This completes our discussion of the Grants Tracking Changes to Project Departments enhancement. New functionality in Update Image 30 supports organizations with federally sponsored grants. In PeopleSoft Contracts, contract administrators can select to hold billing and revenue transactions from being sent to the general ledger for unpaid cost using the Billing Options page. Selected options for hold billing and hold revenue on unpaid cost appear by default from the Contract Billing Options page to the contract line. You can override these options on this page. The selected options on the contract line are used when processing billing and revenue recognition. The contracts as incurred billing and as incurred revenue processes now include hold billing and revenue recognition on unpaid costs. At runtime, the system evaluates project costs originating from PeopleSoft accounts payable and expenses to determine whether payment has been made. If a cost was not paid to the vendor or employee, the revenue side of the transaction is not sent to billing or general ledger. The process monitor displays a warning message if transactions are excluded from billing. The message log identifies the number of accounts payable and expenses transactions that are excluded from billing. A similar message is displayed when running the As Incurred revenue process. Use the Hold Billing and Revenue on Unpaid Costs page to update Hold Billing and Hold Revenue on Unpaid Cost options for existing contracts en masse or using the search criteria. A new exception report verifies contract line limits for contracts that are configured to hold billing on unpaid cost. The contracts limit process now prioritizes paid costs over unpaid cost for limit processing. Be sure to run the special limits process from this exception report before processing billing and revenue recognition. This completes our discussion of the grants Validate Payment Status for Cost Incurred Before Billing and Revenue Recognition enhancement. Fluid approvers can now view attendees, per diem deductions, and drill back to source transactions on the Fluid Expense Report. The Expense Details link allows approvers to drill back to the expense report page to view the complete details of the expense transaction. If the expense line has attendees or per diem deductions, a link displays to view the information. This completes our demonstration of the Expenses Enhanced Visibility for Fluid Expense Approvers enhancement. In Update Image 30, the Update Dates on Run Control feature now changes the dates of multiple run controls without having to go to each one individually. Use the Run Control Update framework to define a run control update task. Then use the Update Target Field Values page to change specific fields for all run controls associated with the task. This completes our discussion of the Update Dates on Run Controls feature. In Update Image 30, the PeopleSoft Inventory Partial Item Substitutions enhancement allows you to fill demand with a predefined substitute or with a combination of substitutes and original items, which can be picked from multiple inventory locations. The substitute item is printed on the Material Picking feedback page. In addition, this page displays the original item ID if a substitute item has replaced it. When defining the Fulfillment Order Release page, select the Print Substitutes checkbox to print substitutions on picking plans. Different print options allow you to print substitute items, regardless of the available inventory of the original item, when a partial quantity of the original item is available, and when the original item quantity is not available. When setting up the backorder rules, select the Reserve Substitute action to reserve substitutes to overcome the shortage of the original item. You can create a backorder when there is a shortage of the original quantity or according to the specific conditions defined in the Backorder Conditions group box. This completes our discussion of the Supply Chain Management Substitution enhancements. In Update Image 30, PeopleSoft Supplier Relationship Management enhances supplier access to the Bidding Opportunities page. The Fluid Comprehensive Supplier Portal allows a supplier user or representative to access the Bidding Opportunities page. This page displays multiple supplier or bidder events based on the defined supplier user page configuration. On the Bidding Opportunities page, the left pane display varies based on the selected View By option. On the Defined Supplier User page, it is now possible to associate a user to bidders as well as suppliers. This new access is only relevant to bidding opportunities. This completes our discussion of the Supplier User Access to Multiple Supplier and Bidder Bidding Opportunities enhancement. The following features were also added to FSCM Update Image 30. eProcurement impact for procurement contracts and punch-out items, asset management interface transaction multiple error handling, and global search results accesses the Fluid Expense Report page when using Fluid technology. We've only shown you the highlights of the features in this PeopleSoft Update image. For more information about these features and the other enhancements, see the CFO tool, the Update Image overview on My Oracle Support, and go to the PeopleSoft Information Portal for updates.